Hi everyone, welcome back. This is tax time, and in this video I'm going to talk about the 7 simple and legal ways to maximize your tax return this year. Let's start with the first one. The first one is work related car expenses. This section contributes huge amount in your tax refund if you have used your car for work purposes. There are two methods you can use to calculate work related car expenses, that is logbook method and cents per kilometer method, and you can use any of the one. So let's talk about the cents per kilometer method. Under the cents per kilometer method, there is a limit you can claim, that is 5,000 kilometer per year. There is a rate that you can use is 85 cents per kilometer. So for example, if you have drive 5,000 kilometer this year, then you can multiply 5,000 by the 85 cent, and whatever amount comes, like 4,000 something, and you can claim this as a deduction. But I suggest only claim kilometer that you actually used for your work. When you claim under this method, cents per kilometer method, you cannot claim other things like registration, insurance, maintenance, repairs, or fuel cost. Under this method, you don't need any return evidence, but you need to able to show how you work out your work related kilometers if ATO asks. Let's go to the second method, logbook method. Logbook method, your claim is based on the work related use percentage of the expenses for the car. How you can calculate it is, calculate the total kilometer traveled by your car, and then calculate out of the total kilometer how much is for work related, and then divide that work related by the total, and whatever the percentage comes, that is your percentage for every expenses. So you need a logbook and the odometer readings. Let's talk about the second and most important that will also contribute huge in your tax refund: working from home or home office running expenses. If you are planning to do your tax return by yourself, then I have already uploaded the video how you can do your tax return by yourself through MyGov. You can go and watch. Here as well, you can use two methods: fixed rate method or actual method. You can use the one whatever is convenient for you. Let's talk about the fixed rate method. Using the fixed rate method, you can claim a rate of 67 cents. This amount covers additional running expenses including electricity and gas, phone and internet, usage stationery, and computer consumables. So you cannot claim all these things if you use fixed rate method. How you can calculate the deduction in your fixed rate method is, calculate the total working hours from home and multiply it by 67 cents. But one thing to note is, you can separately claim any depreciable asset like office furniture or technology. And I give you the link to calculate this through the ATO website. And if the item costs 300 or less, you use it mainly for work related purposes, you can claim on immediate deduction for the cost in the year you buy it. Okay? And you need to keep your record for up to 5 years. So let's go to the second method that people find is actually a bit harder. Is an actual cost method. Using the actual cost method, you work out your deduction by calculating the actual additional expenses you incur when working from home. So electricity and gas energy expenses for heating, cooling and lighting, home and mobile phone data and internet expenses, stationery and computer consumables such as printer, ink and paper, cleaning your dedicated office room. So these are the expenses you can actually claim. There are some expenses you may use for both home as well as working purpose. So in this case, you have to separate the percentage, like how much percentage you work for home and then how much percentage you are using for work purposes, and claim as per that. So here, the electricity and gas people find is difficult to calculate. I will show you and give you the description here as per the ATO guidelines how you can calculate this. So let's talk about the number 3, which is also important and contributes in your refund, is work-related clothing and laundry expenses. There is certain things here. The maximum amount you can claim without a receipt is $150 for clothing and laundry. So if you are claiming more than that, you need actual receipt on. Tax agent and union fees you paid for your last year tax return, like 22 to 23 tax return, or union fees like you paid for during that year. Whatever amount you paid for union fees or taxes and fees, you can claim it, and that will also contribute a little bit in your return. Let's talk about the fifth one, work-related expenses. So we already claimed home office run expenses, work-related car expenses, laundry expenses, uniform expenses. So anything left except those we talk about, you can claim here as a work-related expenses. So for example, a reference book, technical journals and trade magazines, or work bag or laptop, but it is based on your occupation. Okay. And AT actually have a guidelines for this one. I'll give you the link. Go to the AT website and have a look based on your occupation. So one thing is also overtime meal expenses. You can actually claim the overtime meal expenses if you are doing overtime and you're buying the meal. So let's talk about the sixth one. Salary sacrificing into your super. This is one of the huge things that gives you less tax margin, especially for those who are earning high income. For example, if someone is earning $90,000 per year, then they can contribute up to a certain limit into their superannuation, and then they will only get 15% tax for the amount they contribute to the super. So key things to note here is you can only access these funds when you 60s, and then there is a certain limit. Right now it's 27,500 only. You can contribute the maximum. Okay. There are other things as well to note down. So if you want to learn more about it, just go to the ATO website and you can have everything there. Last one is private health insurance. Okay, first I will talk about to those who do not have the private health insurance or who are exempt from the Medicare levy. Those students, international students from overseas, as well as those who are not facilitated by the Medicare or they do not have the Medicare card, then they are exempt from the Medicare levy. It is actually giving like 1,000 to 1,500 actually return to your tax refund. So it is actually huge if you are not liable for Medicare levy only. Okay. So if you are liable for Medicare levy, then you have to pay 2% additional tax. And Medicare levy surcharges, this is actually for the high income earner, and the threshold is 93,000 for single and 186,000 for family. So based on your threshold, from 1 to 1.5% need to pay as a Medicare levy surcharge. This is all for today, and then please take this video as an educational purpose only. If you like the video, please subscribe the channel and see you on next video.